we were all having this great meal. Detritus made this stuff, and it's all made from all these different mushrooms and fungus. It's a real smorgasbord. And, Nightshade was talking to Professor Hodge, and then Elizabeth Grant and Nightshade had a sort of steamy moment in the kitchen. And Hiro was, first basically really just like antagonizing Milano, and then talking shop with Detritus and also Greg Muscles, nutrition, waste recycling, all kinds of things going on. Oh, you guys were there. Miss Grant was in the kitchen with Nightshade when Spore Whore and Milano started butting heads. Things are getting heated, and then just as Nightshade and Miss Grant come back, suddenly several things happen nearly simultaneously. There's an alarm goes off. There's a siren going off, and the ship's computer speaks up. Fire, deck 9. Fire, deck 9. Nightshade commands the computer to seal off deck 9, and then the computer replies, confirm, deck 9 is, and then suddenly everything goes black. The audio cuts out, all the lights are off. 1 second later, red emergency lights illuminate, casting everything in a red glow, but there's no other light, the computer's silenced, and you can't hear the constant hum of the air recyclers. You did hear, a hatch slam several decks below in response to the command.
Everyone, stay calm. We got this.
Roll for, you got great charisma.
Oh, wait, I have
Can you
to...
keep everyone calm? I'm just gonna,
Oh, no, it's a 1. No!
I want everyone to fucking lose their shit.
What should be another one?
Swap it.
2!
Okay, yeah, it's a nearly critical success. Aqua is freaking out. She's accustomed to living underwater, not in a tiny pressurized tube. She's hyperventilating. Keep calm. You want me to keep calm? We're all gonna die in this stupid tin can because I had the stupid idea to leave the ocean.
I give her a reassuring but restorative slap on the back.
Rolls to snap.
The cats that failed me.
9.
Oh, it's average. So it has a fairly neutral effect. She kind of turns and looks at you, and then squints because she hasn't actually spoken to you this whole time. And she sort of mutters for a second, "Who the fuck are you?" But it distracts her. And
But I just mutter back, "It's all gonna be all right."
she strains to hear you, but she is momentarily distracted. Kofa looks a little bit relieved that you've kind of even if by accident, her girlfriend isn't screaming anymore. Nightshade turns and tells everyone, anyone with the ship's computer is obviously offline, and it sounds like there's a fire on deck 9. Anyone with relevant skills to computers, follow Detritus to the ops deck to try and get the computer online. Anyone with skills useful for fighting a fire, follow me to deck 7, and everyone else evacuate the ship.
Alright, evacuated.
So technically I got both, right? Because I'm good at hacking and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's up to you. What do you think might be more useful right now?
I'm going to avoid the fire.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just try and hack the computers. That's safer.
Got it. Okay, so you'll follow Detritus up to, the ops deck. That's deck 3. Greg, what do you want to do?
Well, I don't know that much about technology or... No, I know a little bit about computers, but definitely Greg would be more suited for the fire.
Yeah. Nightshade glances and sort of looks you up and down, bulging, rippling muscles. And before you've even finished speaking, Nightshade's like, "Follow me. We're going to deck 7." Nightshade turns and to you and says, "Elizabeth, you want to stay close?"
Oh, I'm Elizabeth. Sorry, I forgot my first name.
Yeah.
We gotta stay close. We gotta stay real close.
Yeah.
Alright,
from
so I guess I'll supervise the coders.
Okay, so
from
you're
a good distance.
cool. Two
Where
of
I'm easily able to run out and evacuate the ship.
okay, cool. Yes. So the others, Kofi and Kofa, like briefly turn to each other. We don't really have relevant skills. Aqua's panicking. Professor Hodge is at an advanced age. We'll coordinate the evacuation. That cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys are heading up to deck 3, and you guys are heading down towards the lab. All right, so I'm going to go with you guys. We're sort of going to go just like clockwise.
Okay.
So you're deck 3. Detritus is, fumbling. He's clearly very, rattled. And opening up a panel and inspecting the computer. And so is there anything you want to do, or you're mostly just following his lead right now?
I think I see his nervousness and I take over. I know
Okay,
all the right
awesome.
places to slap the computer in order to get it to function.
Okay.
And so I start a series of specific hacking slaps.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, let's roll for it. Okay, it's a little below average, and you
All my
snatch.
rolls are below average.
Yeah,
Below average brand.
I don't control it.
I thought I had
Listen.
extraordinary slaps, but apparently
Look, I'm
not.
sorry that this is a
I
luck-based
think you need
game.
to go to the farm, where we can train you.
Maybe after this, I'll see how my farm slapping goes, and
It's a luck-based game.
yeah,
Yeah. So you
For
slap
sure,
a
skill base.
yeah.
you slap a panel. Nothing happens. One of the panels you slap. The door sort of swings and bounces shut, and Detritus kind of just glances at you a little bit confused, why are you doing this?
I respond. That's supposed to happen.
Okay, yeah. And what are you doing? You guys are trying to
I'm
get
just
this.
supervising. I'm just saying Buddhist quotes to keep everyone calm.
Okay, yeah. You can do a quick roll for that. Here, I'm just gonna give you these to hold on to. Do you wanna? We can grab something to toss them in. Here.
There's this thing. Oh.
16.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and you got very high charisma and stuff. So, Detritus actually is listening and starts to slow his breathing and concentrate. He's calm enough and he collects himself. Okay. All right. I'm starting to think through this. So, either the computer system is offline because we've lost power, the fire could have severed the power connection, or alternatively, we had a crash, but I don't really know how a fire would cause a crash. I think our top priority is restoring power. So, we've got a backup power unit that we just need to connect up. He turns to Hiro. Can you slap the power unit to, properly connect it to the ship's, computer?
All right. Let's see. Hopefully, this is a good slap. 10.
Yeah, that's average. And this isn't a super...
Why am I always average?
Yeah. I mean, technically, I think 10.5 is the average.
Oh, okay. Well,
two
then I'm
to,
always
like-
below average. Ouch.
Yeah, whatever. Eventually, it'll even
Don't tell
out.
my parents.
But this isn't a super demanding thing. So yeah, it works, and he's pulling out the battery. If anyone wants to help, that's useful. And actually, it's zero gravity, so it's not that hard. He's just maneuvering it into place. You're slapping it, and we're going to circle back. You guys are now making your way. You've progressed down, climbing.
Before we go down,
yeah.
is there any water on the table, big jugs of water and stuff? Like that?
Yes. So basically, there's sort of silicone bulbs filled with liquids, including water.
Do we know which one is water? Can I grab one?
Yes. Yeah. It's translucent, but
Oh, okay.
additionally. The ship has a fire suppression system. It seems like it should be, blasting the fire to put it out. If the fire hasn't been put out, it seems like it's because the ship's offline. Getting the ship online or manually taking care of the fire suppression, either of those could work. You can grab the water, but
Gonna
it's probably
grab a big sphere of water.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and so you guys are, Greg, Elizabeth, and Nightshade and Sporehor are all going down to the down to deck 9, and who am I forgetting? Who's the Helena is leading the others to deck 7. That's where everyone's docked. They are helping everyone evacuate.
What about Milano?
She's evacuating with the rest of them. So now you guys get, and the hatch between deck 8 and deck 9, it's sealed shut. That was the thing that Nightshade, commanded shut. You guys pause, and Nightshade's stroking her chin, trying to think. You guys have any experience with dealing with a shipboard fire?
I'm gonna say that I have a backstory of I got trapped in a ship fire at one point when I was a kid, and now this is striking some trauma. And the only thing that's going to satisfy me is Nightshade's attention to make me feel calm.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like, I assume, like kind of visibly agitated, hyperventilating, and kind of like tugging on like Nightshade.
Yeah.
Nightshade.
I basically want her to be a distracted captain right now, so she can give all of her attention to me.
Okay, yeah, like let's roll to see how she reacts. Yeah, just roll any of those two down. And what are you sort of rolling for? Just like distracting her?
Distracting her, yeah.
Yes, let's see how much.
So she forgets about trying to help him, just helps me. Oh, it's a what is this? I can't tell. Is this a 6 or a 9?
It's a 6.
Okay, so it's a 6.
6 and a 2. It's only slightly below average. So you do distract her. She's like, kind of looks annoyed, but also concerned about you. And she kind of, as you're tugging on her sleeve, she like turns and looks at you and is like, kind of goes quiet while she's like trying to figure out how to manage the fact that you're panicking. We're going to cut back to the ops deck 3, where Detritus pulled the battery out of storage, connected up. You slapped it successfully. There's an indicator light that confirms that power is on. There's a boot screen, but then it basically registers an error. So it looks like it's not just a power loss. Apparently, like, the software had some kind of, like, serious error.
Well, I have some hacking software skills.
Nice,
I'm
yeah.
a 5, so I can try doing a software slap and see,
Yes,
if
do
I
it.
can reset it.
Do it.
Software
Software slapping.
I believe in our time they called it a factory reset. 7 and 7.
Oh,
Nice.
really good.
Yes.
Yeah, that-
Okay, so
That's a good slapping.
Yeah.
you do a reset, and it flickers, and it's now beginning a slow boot sequence, but it's actually past the error that it had before.
Okay.
Yes, and we're going to come back to you guys in a second. Going back to deck. So Helena is sort of floating there, eyes locked with Elizabeth, trying to figure out what to do. If you put your hand to the hatch, you can feel that it's warm. The fire's still going on. Helena floats down. She's finished helping the others evacuate, and she's now helping with firefighting. She turns to the scene. Are you guys going to do anything? Like, this ship could be destroyed at any moment.
So
I have no situational awareness, so it's fine by me.
Okay.
Wait, I'm probably trying to open the hatch, like, just by grabbing it, but I'm assuming it's, like,
Yeah.
very...
As you reach for the hatch, Helena sort of like grabs your arm. Okay, yes, we can open the hatch, but we sealed it for a reason. There's a fire behind there. Helena stops and thinks for a second. Either we get the fire suppression system activated, or we manually go in. We could either go in through this hatch, or we could go in through the aft hatch. We'd have to do a spacewalk out of deck 7, enter through the hatches there. If we evacuate the entire deck, that'll put out the fire.
Wait,
But-
question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fire in space. Like, because the vacuum.
So it's not a fire in like the emptiness of space. It's a fire in deck 7, which
No.
isn't pressurized.
So doesn't
I
that
meant
mean
to say
like the
that.
moment you open up the door, the fire is gonna like explode and combust through the whole ship?
Yes, that might make sense. I'm
how it
imagining
works?
that you essentially have, one volume that's sealed off, and there's a fire going. Depending on how much it's depleted the oxygen there, eventually it'll run out. But I think it's probably has enough oxygen that it's not that different than just having an airtight door in like a home. Opening
Well-
that,
The air recycling thing was off, right?
Yes.
So we probably don't want to burn more oxygen than we have to.
Right. Helena asks you, can you help me vent that entire deck? We would need, if the computer system isn't online, I suggest we suit up in spacesuits, exit through the airlock on deck 7, and then get to deck 9, and then open it up from the outside.
Oh, okay. Wait, I'm confused. So there's like 2 ways to get into.
Oh, yeah. Are you looking at the map? If
Yeah.
you scroll. Okay, so
Oh,
let's...
back your map, right?
Yeah, you can grab your tokens and move them to the relevant places. So you guys...
I'm unable to move my token.
So deck 9 is...
Yeah, I can't move mine either.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just dragging them around. Yeah, so if you look there, you can see that you're basically on deck 8 at the like hatch along the spine leading into deck 9. Directly above on deck 7, that's where you guys enter. There's a docking port. It also has an airlock. So you can use that to exit the ship. At the engineering deck, deck 10, that, Hiro visited earlier, you observe the basic mechanism. So you could, enter from below deck 9. And deck 9 should be sealed off from both the adjacent decks with, the bulkheads that shut when Nightshade told the computer to close them. You could open the one that goes to deck 10 and essentially vent everything in the ship below the bulkhead of deck 8 and 9. Everyone would stay safe in the pressurized compartment above. And then once you get the ship online, you can basically, get it back to port. But you can save the ship.
That sounds like a good solution.
Yeah. And Helena turns and, I'm trying to think. Spore Horror also came down this way. Spore Horror turns. Guys, we probably want to hurry. Not only are we at risk of possibly burning up critical systems of the ship, but if this thing gets to the reactor and we lose containment, this entire thing turns into a bomb. So, so you're going to go and follow the plan to get to deck 7, get to the airlock, suit up, and then try and vent it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool. Now, cutting back, so you're doing the boot sequence, and it got through the boot sequence. The good news is that it looks like whatever was wrong was fixed by a reboot, so it seems like it could have been a software problem in addition to, a fire. It's starting to look kind of suspicious, like sabotage.
Yeah, I suspect, what's her name? Milano Cookies?
Yes, Milano Cookies. She hates it when people call her that.
So I announce it over the intercom.
Actually, so their ship is, departing, to evacuate everyone to safety. And conveniently, I guess Milano's the one of the people who didn't think that she could, help out.
I think, so I'm at the computer, so I have access to, the intercom and communication systems too, right?
The radios are rapidly coming back online. Do you want to just do a quick roll?
Okay.
Come on, you got this.
17.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
There's an error message about the radios, but you instantly recognize what it is with some quick tapping of the keyboards and some judicious slaps. Suddenly, you hear a satisfying whoop as the radio is back online. The phased array antenna can point anywhere you want, and you can send and receive messages.
Okay, so I want to send a signal to their departing ship. Yo, you guys need to slap some handcuffs on Milano because she's super sus.
Yeah, the radio crackles, and Milano's the one piloting it.
Oh.
Are you serious? I'm trying to get these people to safety right now.
Doubt it.
With that, the what's it called? It goes silent as she deactivates the comm link. But at that point, Detritus turns. Hey, call for help. Call for the nearest ships to try and deliver aid. Maybe they can provide additional support.
Yeah, so I put out an SOS, and then also a all points bulletin for Milano's ship.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but let me do the talking.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can do the talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
It's high
Because I have a
charisma.
lot of
Charisma.
charisma and respect.
Yeah, roll for it.
11.
Okay, yeah, pretty average. Okay, so the what's it called? Nearest ships, report they're going to spring into action. One of them is a sex dungeon, and the other one is a zero gravity high-lie, arena that Spore Horror regularly frequents. When they hear that Spore Horror is in danger, all the high-lie players, quickly jump in a shuttle. They're heading your way. They'll be en route in 14 minutes. Hopefully your ship has that long. And then you also reached out. You received a contact from the security organization affiliated with the main station at L2. They respond that they're initiating a report now, and they obviously there's a process. They can't just like instantly go and attack Milano, but they're going to initiate an investigation. Cutting back to the other deck. So you went to deck 7 with Helena to suit up and then get to the airlock. And meanwhile, Elizabeth, you were with Nightshade, kind of distracted. What are you doing now?
Still distracted.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Are you like, maybe we should go back to your cabin now?
Yeah, that's it. I'll keep on suggesting.
Okay, you're gonna roll and
Again, like I have no situational awareness here. So.
Or you could be like, yo, want to start a second fire in the other room?
Wait, apparently I have skin cream on me, and I'm going to suggest that this skin cream could work as a fire retardant. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have reasonably high intelligence, so maybe I know something that you guys don't.
Okay, so yeah, roll for it.
So maybe we could like pump it into the piping, and we could like blow out the fire with my skin cream.
If we had a working system that could actually deliver things through the air system, I feel like the fire suppression system would.
Let's just see how this roll goes.
Okay, let's go for it. Yeah. What was it?
5.
Okay. Nightshade kind of like, has an expression that she doesn't really believe it, and she is starting to think that maybe you're in a, extreme state of distress and not someone who's super useful right now. She squeezes your hand, attempting to calm you down, and, speaks in, steady, clear words. I think we should focus on trying to get this fire stopped. It's the most essential thing to making sure that, we're still alive in 30 minutes.
Okay.
She pauses. I was a little distracted, but I think Helena and Greg said that they were going to go try and vent the lower deck. Maybe we can help them with that.
I have some sunglasses. I'm going to put them on while I cry a lot.
Okay. Do you want to roll for, not smearing your makeup?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, you start to whimper softly, and as you're crying, the tears in zero gravity are not wicking away. They're kind of just, ballooning with just, salty water just, at the lower side of your eyes. Fortunately, the sunglasses are concealing it, because if they weren't, it looks pretty weird. Cutting back. So, you set the distress signal, and you can see that you've got the system rebooted, and you've got the communications array back online. In terms of the ship's commands, you basically need to sort of get back through the basic security procedures. So you're gonna need to work with detritus for that before you can command things. You actually So I guess if you want, you can roll for trying to
For control.
Yeah.
6 and 6.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think they're both 6s, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, basically, detritus is working through the problem and is getting the login credentials. You're getting things back online bit by bit. You can see that you're getting more and more systems online. One of the first things he wants to see is get the fire suppression system, and it returns a hardware error that it sounds like the actual suppression system on deck 9 is seriously damaged by the fire. So you can get certain things back online, but it looks like you won't be able to remotely activate the fire suppression system.
Can I cut off all the oxygen to deck 9?
Yeah, you can try. Roll for that.
9 and 1. So 10.
9 and 1. So you can find the menu that allows you to control the oxygen system, and you can essentially redirect it to other decks. It's only partially reducing it, but it looks like it might lower the rate of the fire.
Okay, can I look up a YouTube tutorial on the system to figure out what I have done wrong in order to?
Yes, I mean you have a working comm link, so yeah, you're looking that up, and then meanwhile you guys just roll to see if you guys can quickly get the suits on.
Are you too both?
9.
Yeah, that's average. Yeah, so you get the suits on. you're suited up, and you do it in normal amounts of time. And it's you and Helena, and I think Sporehor was going with you. So the three of you are now exiting the cargo module, and
Wait, you're not coming? Are you coming?
Did you not hear her? She's basically just like dead weight right now.
Okay.
The
Listen.
tears are still streaming out
Okay,
right now.
okay.
Miss
Yeah, it's
Grant
really
can do a lot of
triggering
things,
trauma.
but apparently helping in a fire on a spaceship is not one of them.
Because it triggered my trauma.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah. So anyway, oh, by the way, like, I guess before, like, putting on her helmet, Helena just floated back and handed you a small pouch with some psilocybin and tells you, microdose, small doses could help, like, chill you out.
I take the whole thing immediately. All of it.
Fuck yes.